Welcome to our YouTube series, 5 Days to Better Health.
And today we're talking about brain power. That is something I definitely need more of, Hilary.
Yeah, we could all do with a bit more of that. But isn't it interesting that we talk about brain food and we hear it all the time, you know, what we should be eating to help out. We've heard about stories about this new revolutionary drug that's going to help with Alzheimer's disease. We can throw mega doses of vitamin B12 at people because that's seen to slow down cognitive function problems. But actually, it's got to be much more simple than that.
Yes.
The food that we eat on a daily basis,
Yes.
a variety of different foods, that's what we need.
That's it. And there's certain foods that boost our brain power more than others. The brain is a hungry organ, isn't it, Hilary? It does a lot through the day.
Yep.
It needs a lot of vitamins, minerals, energy. But one of my favourite things to eat, but is also good for the brain and is shaped like the brain. You know what I'm going to say?
I know what you're going to say.
Walnuts.
Do you have that in your nut box?
I have it in my nut box. It's my favourite nut in all my nut box. But there's loads of studies done on walnuts. And because nuts as a whole are good for us, but when they're comparing nuts and how good they are for us, walnuts are like up here. And then all the other nuts, as good as they are down here. And walnuts are a great plant source of omega-3 fatty acids. And our brain is made up of a lot of fat.
People don't know that.
No.
They don't know that, do they? What their brain's made of.
Yes.
And a large proportion of it is fat.
It's fat. And omega-3 fatty acids are really important in our diet because we can't make them ourselves. We need to get them from our diet. So if you want to combine the health of plants with brain power, then walnuts, chia seeds, flax seeds are the way to go.
And of course, oily fish.
Oily fish. Did I tell you once I said to a patient, you've got to eat 2 portions of oily fish a week. And he said to me, well, that's good because I get fish and chips down at the chicken. And I went, not that kind of oil.
No,
not that kind of oil.
No, absolutely. No, you're absolutely right. So walnuts, absolutely lovely. Part of a Waldorf salad. The old traditional Waldorf salad.
Can't beat. The old ones are good at
absolutely. And of course, that's full of lovely sort of vegetables as well.
Yes.
No, that is important. And of course, there are things that we do to our brains that we shouldn't do in terms of our diet. So alcohol, you know, it does have a detrimental effect on cognitive function, not just immediately when you're drinking the stuff, but later on. And the Alzheimer's Society and Alzheimer's UK will say that they reckon about 1% of dementia could be directly attributed to even moderate levels of alcohol intake. So heavy amounts of alcohol intake certainly is damaging to the brain and can be one of the major causes of Alzheimer's disease. So, you know, I think that's a job of education that you and I have to do still.
Totally. And alcohol often goes hand in hand with smoking. Smoking is really bad for the brain. And all of these things, alcohol, smoking, even like the air pollution around us, cause oxidative stress, don't they, in our body? And part of that oxidative stress can happen in our brains. But there is something that can mop up all that oxidative stress, and it's antioxidants. And it's my other favourite for you know, I love my nut box. My other thing I eat every day is a punnet of berries. And berries are full of these antioxidants, and they go around your body and they kind of clean things up, don't they? And part of that cleanup can take place in the brain. So berries contain a particular chemical called anthocyanins, which is a type of plant antioxidant. And it goes in the brain, and all that tiny little bits of damage that can happen throughout the day, they think of them as your housekeepers. Go in there, clean it up. Get berries every day.
And I bet you're growing some of those in your garden.
I am. I've got a blueberry bush. It's the first time I've grown it, and they've actually come out this year. And they are so delicious. So delicious.
Well, we've got grapes in our garden.
Nice.
Yeah, we've got raspberries. We've got strawberries.
Stop showing off, Hilary.
Oh, sorry. Well,
Stop showing off.
I'm saying, and what we probably don't do in our gardens is physically exercise. And we're going to talk about physical and mental exercise for the brain. Start with physical first. You know, there's no doubt that cognitive function is enhanced in people who take regular exercise. They did a study also with students, and they showed that within 40 seconds of them looking out the window at a green roof, their cognitive function, they did better at exams, their cognitive function was better than if they looked at a concrete roof.
Wow.
40 seconds. So getting outside in nature and exercising,
you're talking my language.
Really important. Not only does exercise increase the circulation to the brain, which is vital, oxygenation of the brain as well, but actually bringing all those good nutrients, it's calming the brain, it's having a good physical effect.
And all those happy brain chemicals go up when you exercise and when you're out in nature. So serotonin, dopamine, those things that keep us calm, keep us happy, skyrocket the minute we're outside in nature, but also exercising. And I've talked about these are my I've got lots of favourite things. Hope molecules. Your muscles give them off when you exercise. They go through your blood and they cross through that blood-brain barrier, get into your brain and stimulate more of these happy chemicals to be made. And so exercise, it works.
Really good for mood, for enhancing mood. If you're feeling a bit down, get out there, exercise, bit of adrenaline, bit of noradrenaline, boom, stimulation, motivation, all enhanced. And actually people think, oh, but I'm too tired to exercise. No, it's the opposite. Exercise motivates you, gives you more energy, doesn't it?
Totally.
If you can just get yourself to do it, get started, and you'll be all right.
That's the key thing, isn't it? Once you're out there doing it, you're enjoying it. But as well as exercising your muscles, you've got to exercise your brain as well.
So what do you do? You do crosswords, Sudoku? What do you do?
I still don't understand the rules to Sudoku, if I'm being honest with you. But I love a good crossword. I love a good jigsaw. Anything like that is supposed to be really good long-term for your brain. Reduce your risk of Alzheimer's, dementia. Get your memory better as well, isn't it? Because we need good memories through the day, and exercising our brain is really, really good for that.
Absolutely, and sort of playing cards, playing Scrabble, bridge with your friends, good social activities as well. And being in contact with other people, social activities, so important to avoid isolation, to avoid, feeling excluded. It's really important to converse, to communicate. So important.
Yeah, learning new skills, language, instruments. I can't play a musical. I like to pretend I can sing. I can't. But singing is really good for you, and particularly singing in groups, because you've got that social connection, but you're also using a different part of your brain to when you're just talking and conversing.
Are you a singer?
No.
You're not gonna
I'm a rapper, Hilary.
Are you a rapper?
Yeah. I can spit a few verses.
Excellent. I can't wait to hear that.
We'll talk later.
We'll talk later. No, that's really important. And it's good that, they say that if you've got another language, you actually start with bigger brain capacity. So there's less to lose later on. So je suis très content pour ça, moi.
Oh, बहुत अच्छे बोलते हैं आप आपकी French.
So we'll be all right.
Yes, we are good.
You need to do.
Well, there's one other big thing that is super good for your brain, and it's so easy. Sleep.
Oh yeah.
Get some sleep in. Again, sleep isn't just rest, isn't it? It does lots of other things, but one of the other things it does is clean out your brain. Yeah. Your brain has been busy all day long, and it helps cement memories that you've made that day. Particularly if you're preparing for exams, don't pull an all-nighter. Go to bed, get some sleep. It will cement what you've learned in your head.
That's what William Shakespeare said, is balm of hurt minds.
You are the king of quotes.
Do you think?
I love
That's
it. Your memory is excellent. You must be getting a lot of sleep.
Well, I must be getting, and lots of walnuts.
Lots of walnuts.
We heard it here first. So what, Samir, would be your top tips for brain health?
I would say number one, eat the food that your brain loves. And that goes back to kind of omega-3 fatty acids, B12, folic acid. The brain loves all of that. So walnuts, oily fish, lots of fruit and veg.
And conversely, avoid the things that your brain doesn't love.
Yes. We talked about it, didn't we? Alcohol, smoking,
all those things.
Yeah, does not love it. What's your top tip?
I think exercise is really important. I always feel sharper and more mentally stimulated when I've had some physical exercise. And all the evidence shows that it actually does work. It helps your mood, it helps your creativity, helps your cognitive function. So exercise.
Yeah, and my favourite thing to do, sleep. Get into bed and just get some sleep. I know there's a million other distractions going on. I know you want to scroll on your phone. I know you've just put the kids to bed and you feel like you need some me time. That me time is best spent not watching the telly, but getting some sleep. Your brain will thank you for it.
I agree with you.